B. Jones and her big fat mouth. Chapter 1. Punishment. My name is Junie B. Jones. B stands for Beatrice. But I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I go to kindergarten. My room is named Room 9. There are lots of rules in that place, like no shouting and no running in the hall and no butting the other children in the corners with your hat. My teacher's name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs. and that's all. Last week, Mrs. clapped her right hands together. Then she made an announcement to us. Announcement is the school word for telling us something very important. Boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? She said. Today is going to be a special day in Room 9. We are going to talking about different careers you can have when you grow up. Yeah, only guess what? I said. I never even heard of that dumb word about careers before, and so I want to know what the heck we are talking about. Mrs. made sweetie eyes at me. A career is a job, Junie B, she said, and please raise your hand before you speak. The Mrs. talked some more about careers, and she said that Monday was going to be car job day, and everybody in room 9 could come to school dressed up like what kind of job they wanted to be. After that, room 9 was very excited, except for not me, cause I had a big problem, that's why. Oh, yeah, only guess what? I said. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, and so that means I can't come to school on Monday, and now I'll probably flunk kindergarten. Hooray! Shouted a mean boy named Jim. I made a fist at him. How do you like a knuckle sandwich, you big fat Jim? I shouted back. Mrs. came over to my table. She bent down next to me. Please, Junie B, you simply must try to control yourself better in class. We've talked about this before, remember? Yes, I said nicely, only I hate that dumb guy. Just then, my best friend Lucia, who sits next to me, stood up and fluffed her fluffy dress. I always control myself, didn't I, teacher? She said. That's because my Nana taught me to act like a little lady, and so Junie B. Jones should act more like me. I made a growly face at her. I do act like a little lady, you dumb bunny, Lucia. And don't say that again, or I knock you on your account. Mrs. did a frown at me. Just kidding, I said very quick. It's fast for Mrs. kept on flying. And then she gave me a punishment. Punishment is the school word for sitting at the big table all by yourself, and everybody keeps staring at you, and it makes you feel like PU. That's how come I put my head down at the table, and I covered it with my arms, cause punishment takes friendly like out of you. And so at recess, I didn't speak to Lucia, and I didn't speak to my other best friend's named Grace either. I just sat down in the grass all by myself, and I watched Ginger paint the litter cans, and I played with a stick, and that's all. I hate room 9, I said very grumpy. In fact, for just then, I saw something very wonderful in the grass, and its name was Two Child Lifesavers. Hey, I love those guys, I said. Then I quick picked one off, and I blowed off the greens, and I put it in light on my mouth. Wait, don't do that, shouted a loud voice at me. Speak that right now. I turned my head. It was Janitor. He was looking at me pretty quick. His jingly keys were jingling all over the place. Speak that out, I said, he yelled again. And so then I spit the child lifesaver on the ground. Cause the guy was screaming me, that's why. General bended down next to me. I didn't mean to frighten you, sis, she said, but I spot a bunch of dirty candy in the grass, and I was going to clean it off when I finished painting. He looked serious at me. Don't you ever eat anything you find on the ground, do you? Her, but never. But I blowed off the greens, I told him. General shook his head. You can't blow greens off, she said. Eating things that you find on the ground is very, very dangerous. Then General picked up the dangerous candy. Now run along and play, he said. I did a big sigh. Oh, yeah, only I can't, I said. 'Cause I shut off my big fat mouth in the kindergarten. And then I got punishment, and now I hate my best friend Lucia. General smiled a little bit sad. Life is hard sometimes, isn't it, sis? He said. I bounced my head up and down. Yes, I said, life is PU. Then General patted my head in and she walked away. And so guess what? Just I like Junior, and that's all. The end. 안녕히 계세요.